Uzumaki. How's it going, my fellow Homo sapiens? It's your boy Uzumaki Hado, and this is Naruto chapter 705 or 700 plus 5 review. So, man, oh man, what a chapter. Oh, that chapter was awesome, I'm not going to lie to you. This new Naruto chapter, this new generation Naruto chapters that's been coming out have had a lot of progression. I mean, a lot of this interesting information, and this information from like filling up doors from like the last few chapters or the original Naruto chapter. So let's go ahead and hop right into it and talk a little bit about the chapter itself, the progression, what we learned, and not just that, was the chapter good or not. So first thing first, we have Sabata face to face with Sasuke Uchiha. He goes after her, he throws her sword. Now, last time reading the mangas, I felt like Sabata was going to pass out or Sasuke was going to knock her out or something like that. If you notice, it seems like Sakura activated her Sharingan when she first came to the temple. So she was really tired. I think this could have been the first time she actually activated her Sharingan, especially in the manga itself. And as Sasuke is going in for the attack, she goes, "Pa!" And Sasuke realized, oh shit, this is my daughter I'm trying to kill, for crying out loud. So, off the back, Sasuke is really looking like a deadbeat dad who just dropped his daughter off on Sakura and just, you know, just left. He really seems like this asshole. She's asking him questions. It's like, you know, what are you doing here? Naruto finally walks into the door with Chow Chow, however you pronounce her name. I kind of like her as a character, but I feel like she's in the wrong place at the moment. We need to keep this serious. I mean, she lightens up the storyline a little bit. But she's like, oh, is this handsome guy my father? And Sasuke looks at her like, is this bitch dumb or something? But Sabata's asking questions. You see this look on Naruto's face like, She asking about who is her true mother. And it's not just out given. They haven't actually said who is truly Sabata's mother. And I really do feel like it's Kyrene, for the simple reason the glasses and just how she looks. She looks really, she has a lot of features that looks like Kyrene herself. So that was the basis of it. However, we start to get a little more backstory on why Sasuke haven't been in the valley, why he haven't actually been around his daughter. It's because he's been on this secret mission to track something, to find out something. And this is going to be key to this chapter. So they show a flashback of Naruto, Sasuke, and pretty much the 5K standing around. And if you remember, in the original Naruto chapter, when Kagura first came into the series, she said, I need an army. And they never gave us information on that. They never gave us why Kagura needed an army. So Sasuke in this chapter came up with a theory. And that theory was she needed an army to fight against someone else she might have been scared of, or someone else or something else that is much more powerful than Kagura. Oh my goodness! So, first thing first, a little bit about Kagura. As a fan of Naruto, Kagura is actually one of my favorite characters in the series. However, I do feel like they brought her in the series at the wrong time. I mean, you had a character as Madara who was loved by millions, who was cool personality, fucking badass, and mostly everyone is dead. And if you're not dead, you're under the effect of the eternal Tsukiyomi. So once Kagura came in, it was really no one else to kill. I felt like maybe she should have been at the beginning of the war and just slaughtered and really made a name for herself. But when she came in, all the hard work was really done. I mean, you had God Naruto and God Sasuke to really battle against. And I mean, that really just kind of hurt her character as a whole. But as a fan, I love Kagura, and just hearing her in this chapter really just got me hyped up and just bouncing around. So the question is, who or what could be this threat for Kagura, or who she was scared of, or, you know, who she wanted to defeat with this Zetsu army? And that's the main question here. So as they're talking to the caves or whatnot, you have Naruto, the Hokage, Sasuke is explaining this. They say, you know, what about we just keep this quiet, because a lot of people haven't recovered from this last war. You know, people are still recovering after all these years. How can you go to the masses and let them know, hey, there's a character in our series that's more powerful than Kagura herself? What the fuck? I mean, Kagura was more powerful than the fucking Ten Tails, for crying out loud. The Ten Tails could destroy the world. So the question is, who is this new threat? And I really like the setup. I really like how they're really just getting everything lined up in a row. So there's a lot of theories out there. I'm kind of throwing out, perhaps it could be Kagura's husband. It could be the Sage of Six Paths and his brother's father. That's a possibility. Or could it be another beast, another type of tail beast that's just extremely much more powerful? What is this new threat? Now this is going to be interesting because Kagura herself was so difficult to defeat. However, all they really needed to do was just have these two people touch her at the same time. But at the same time, you know, it was like you couldn't defeat her any other way. She was just that powerful. She really didn't have a personality, so I really think that hurt the character itself. However, back to this chapter here. So listening to that, Sasuke basically said, you know what about if I go out, hunt, and see how we can attract, what I can find on Kagura. What else can I find about this army? Who was she scared of? Naruto's like, you know what, maybe I should come with Sasuke, let him know, no, you need to do what your job is. You're a Hokage, protect the village. My shiny gun has a better chance in tracking Kagura's tracks. And I really like this. And Sasuke said something else like, this is the co-op you wanted. You know, you wanted me in the village, you want me to work. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to work. You protect the village. You're a Hokage. Now, that's one reason Sasuke has not been back to the village. That's another reason why he has not spent time with his daughter. And I can understand that 100%. I mean, a character as Kagura is somebody you definitely do not want to come back into the series and wreck shop. I'm sorry. I don't know if Naruto and Sasuke still have those seals to seal her away. But at the same time, with all these people, Kagura can do some serious nasty damage. But now I'm curious, who is this new threat that's more powerful than Kagura herself? Like, what is this new threat is going to be capable of? So now we get to the Akatsuki. We see the rise of Akatsuki. We see the guy, he takes off the veil over his head, and we see that he has shining guns all down his arm. He got shining guns all over the place. He's shining gun out, you know, he's just blinging with shining guns, for crying out loud. But, you know, having all those shining guns does not make you fucking bad. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, you can see 360 around you, but he to me personally, he doesn't really look cool. He has the Conway ability. Now, I'm going to be truthful with you. I don't care too much for Conway because Obito had it. And I feel like Obito, to me personally, gave Conway a very bad name. I mean, he was just teleporting all over the place. And I just really didn't care too much for that. But with this, we see him teleport. He goes with his little sidekick that has the shining gun. I believe you call him Shin. I'm not for sure how to pronounce his name. I have to look and see how to pronounce his name. I don't want to butcher his name in this review. But we see him go after Naruto and Savada. Oh my goodness. He goes in. He's throwing shurikens. He's using the shining gun. Naruto reflects it. He goes into Biju mode. And then Sasuke teleports in. He goes in for a swing. Then we see Sakura heading towards the battlefield to, I guess, get Savada or whatever. And, you know, overall, it was just an amazing chapter. It left you with a cliffhanger. It left you questioning what's going to happen next. And it just was just really refreshing. So, what do I feel about the chapter overall? First thing first, progression. I love progression. You're always going to get points. Second, they mentioned one of my favorite characters. However, I can't give you points because you mentioned one of my favorite characters. But I will give you points because you answered a question from the original chapters on why Kagura needed an army. You gave us a hypothesis on why she needed an army. So that's definitely one thing. We had action. And not just that, my prediction of Savada passing out before she gets to talk to her father was not right. You know, she actually got to talk to her father and actually got to see what kind of person he is, kind of. So overall, I'm going to give this chapter a 7 out of 10. That's right, a 7 out of 10. Great chapter. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if I left anything out below. Let me know how you feel about Kagura having an army, and do you feel that this could be what this new manga is going to be about, this new threat that's far more powerful than Kagura. I'm really hoping they don't do a Dragon Ball Z theme where you have a powerful character, then you have another more powerful character, and another more powerful character. So I'm curious what's going to happen here. maybe they'll try to unlock Kagura in this new series, or maybe this threat will be so powerful they're trying to unlock this new threat. So it's going to be amazing what's going to happen in this new series. So that's all I have for you today. Please rate, subscribe, and comment. It really helps the channel. Thanks for watching. Matane.